Jill Stein claims to be green, but she's a MAGA Republican asset. Stein hired Trump lawyers and January 6 rioters to help her campaign.
I like her also, Shill Stein. I like her very much. You know why? She takes 100% from them.
A vote for Jill Stein is a vote for Donald Trump.
On today's episode of Jill the Shill Stein, Putin's pawn and notorious spoiler candidate Shill Stein paid a political consultant indicted for deepfaking Biden's voice more than $150,000 for ballot access work, according to her new FEC filing. Steve Kramer might sound familiar because he was also a consultant for former president candidate Dean Phillips when he sent out a deepfake robocall urging New Hampshire voters not to participate in the January 23 primary. Kramer is now facing 26 criminal counts in New Hampshire for voter suppression and other crimes, along with a $6 million fine from the FCC for telecom violations. There's his ugly mug. Political operative and firms behind Biden AI robocall sued for thousands. Yeah, so just Jill the Shill, just being a good old spoiler candidate. And your candidate sucks when she gets endorsed by a literal fucking Nazi, which just happened a few hours ago. Former KKK leader David Duke endorses Shill Stein. The far-right personality acknowledged that this endorsement of a far-left candidate, who ironically is herself Jewish, would shock even his supporters, but he said he put significant thought into what's good for white people, Europeans, and said his backing of Stein is one of the most important statements that I've ever made politically. Duke suggested that Trump, who has shown steadfast support for Israel, is now a puppet of what Duke basically alleges to be a vast global Jewish conspiracy that he called the greatest threat to us and all mankind. I'm assuming us is white people. You're a good gal when you're endorsed by Nazis. Way to go, Jill. And then a last-minute update to this story. Jill decided to respond on Twitter, where she proved that on top of everything else, she's also apparently a massive hypocrite. A racist troll has endorsed our campaign to draw attention to himself, and certain smear merchants are happy to platform this troll to attack us. Of course I reject any endorsements from a white supremacist like David Duke, unlike Kamala Harris, who can't stop bragging about her endorsement from white supremacist mass murderer Dick Cheney. Oh really? Well, let's just take a look back at what she had to say in 2016 about Hillary Clinton. Just because Hillary disavows Charlie Koch's endorsement doesn't mean that it isn't concerning or that she didn't earn it. How's about that?